Namaste everyone, welcome back to online classes. So in this class we discuss Kirchhoff's rules. Sometimes in electrical circuits, the resistors and cells are connected in a complicated way. So to solve such circuits means to find out the currents in various branches and potential difference across the resistors. We cannot simply use Ohm's law and the formulae whatever we derived so far for equivalent value of EMF or equivalent value of resistance. So those formulae are not enough to solve such circuits, such complicated circuits which are called complex circuits. So Kirchhoff gave two laws, two rules which are famously called Kirchhoff's rules or Kirchhoff's laws, which can be used to solve such circuits, complex circuits. Means using those two laws, you can find out the various branch currents and thereby the potential drop across the components. Okay, so there are two rules, two laws. The first one is Kirchhoff's junction rule, or which is called Kirchhoff's current law, and the second one is Kirchhoff's loop rule, which is also called Kirchhoff's voltage law. So before discussing these laws, we see some terms related to the circuits, electrical circuits or electrical network. The first one junction or node. Okay. The second one is the loop or mesh. Third one is the branch. So what is a junction or node in electrical circuit? In an electrical network or in an electrical circuit, junction or node is a point where three or more electrical components or conductors meet. It is a point in an electrical network or in an electric circuit where more than two, means three or more electrical components or conductors, resistors, general electrical components meet. Okay, so that point is called junction or node. The second one is loop or mesh. So loop is a closed path for the electric current. It is a closed path in an electrical circuit. It is a closed path which is available for the electric current to flow. It is a closed path for the electrical current, but still in circuits we use sometimes we use open loop and closed loop, even though loop itself is a closed path for the electrical current. So third one is branch. It is a part of the electrical circuit It is a part of electric circuit where same current flows through each component. Okay, so branch is a part of electric circuit where same current flows through each component. Same current flows through each electrical component. Okay, so these are the three terms related to the circuit. Okay, so Kirchhoff's rules. First one is the junction rule. Kirchhoff's current law. Second one is loop rule. Kirchhoff's voltage law, KVL. Okay, KCL means Kirchhoff's current law. KVL means Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, Kirchhoff's voltage law is called loop rule. Kirchhoff's current law is called junction rule. Okay, right. Okay, so next we discuss about these two laws. There is a closed path for the electric current in an electrical network or electrical circuit. Okay, right. Okay, so first one is junction rule or Kirchhoff's current law. So junction rule says that the algebraic sum of currents at a junction is 0. Okay, so algebraic sum of currents at the junction is 0, or at any junction the sum of currents entering the junction is equal to the sum of currents which are leaving the junction. At any junction in an electrical network, as I told, junction is a point where two or more electrical components or conductors meet. Okay, more than two means three or more. Okay, at any junction, Kirchhoff's current law or junction rule says at any junction the sum of currents entering the junction is equal to the sum of currents leaving the junction, or it also can be defined as the algebraic sum of currents meeting at a junction is 0. Okay, the algebraic sum of currents meeting at a junction in an electrical circuit or electrical network is 0. Okay, right. You can write in an electrical network or electrical circuit Okay, the algebraic sum of currents meeting at a junction in an electrical network is 0. Okay, since the algebraic sum is used, we have to use a suitable sign convention for the currents. Okay, right. By convention, currents entering the junction are taken as positive and currents which leave the junction are taken as negative. So, we explain using one example. Say this is a junction where 5 resistors meet. Okay, so this is a junction where the 5 components, 5 resistors meet. Say current flowing through this component, this resistor is I1, it is entering to the junction, this is I2, and say in the third resistor current is flowing out of junction, here it is I4, here it is I5. See, in this particular example, if I consider these 3 components, so these 2 components, currents are entering the junction. Say here also current is entering the junction, whereas these 2 currents leave the junction. So I1, I2, I5 are the currents which enter the junction, I3 and I4 are the currents which leave the junction. So by convention, okay, we take the currents entering the junction as positive, I1, I2, I5 as positive and I3, I4 are negative. So by convention, in this, okay, current entering the junction is positive and current leaving the junction is negative. So for this example, I1 is positive, I2 is positive, I5 is also positive, I3, I4 are negative. So algebraic sum of currents meeting at a junction is 0. Okay, algebraic sum, it is summation of all I at the junction is 0. Okay, right. So I1, so current entering the junction is negative, therefore I1, I2, I5 are positive. Current leaves the junction is taken as negative, therefore I3 and I4 are negative. So summation of all currents entering, at the junction in an electrical network is 0. Okay, I hope this is clear. So this is junction rule or Kirchhoff's current law. So what is the significance of Kirchhoff's junction rule? What is the significance of Kirchhoff's junction rule? It signifies, the Kirchhoff's junction rule signifies the law of conservation of charge. Kirchhoff's junction rule signifies the law of conservation of charge. Since electric current is nothing but flow of charges or flow of electrons, there is no accumulation of charge at the junction. Okay, whatever the currents enter the junction should leave the junction. Okay, so there is no accumulation of charges. Since electric current, what is the definition of electric current? Is the amount of charge flow per second. So flow of electrons constitute an electric current, and since there is no accumulation of charges at any junction at any point, so Kirchhoff's junction rule signifies the law of conservation of charge. Okay, if you take the algebraic sum of currents at a junction in an electrical network, that should be equal to 0. Okay, so that is about Kirchhoff's junction rule. So next we discuss Kirchhoff's loop rule. Second one, Kirchhoff's loop rule, Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, right. So it says the algebraic sum of change in potential in a closed loop of an electrical network is 0. Okay, the algebraic sum of change in potential in a closed loop of an electric circuit is 0. So that closed loop is consisting of resistors and cells. So therefore you can write the algebraic sum of change in potential in a closed loop containing resistors and cells okay. The algebraic sum of change in potential in a closed loop or around a closed loop containing resistors and cells in an electrical network is 0. Okay, so here around a closed loop, okay, containing resistors and cells in an electric circuit is 0. So that is nothing but the algebraic sum of EMFs and voltage drop across the resistors around a closed loop, okay, in an electrical circuit is 0. The algebraic sum of change in potential is due to the EMFs and the voltage drop across the resistor. So therefore the algebraic sum of change in potential around a closed loop containing resistors and cells, or the algebraic sum of the EMFs of the cells and the voltage drop or potential drop across the resistors around a closed loop in an electrical circuit is 0. Okay, so that is Kirchhoff's voltage law or Kirchhoff's loop rule. Okay, so here also proper sign convention should be used, right, because we have taken algebraic sum of change in potential, therefore proper sign convention is used. Okay, so what is the sign convention? Okay, so by convention, the fall in potential is taken positive, and rise in potential is taken negative. Okay, say first of all you have to assign the direction of direction of traverse. You have to choose the direction of traverse. Okay, and say this is a circuit where we are finding a cell of EMF E and a resistor R. Say the current is flowing like this. Okay, it is a part of electrical circuit. Okay, it's a part of electrical circuit. Current is flowing like this. This is say I. So now say the direction of traverse is like this. I'll explain about this direction of traverse and all. We solve some problems. Okay, so now here, see if I consider the EMF from here to here, that is from positive electrode to negative electrode, there is a fall in potential, or when the current flows through the resistor, there is also fall in potential. Here is this point is at higher potential, this point is at lower potential, because current flows from higher potential to lower potential. In both the cases, there is a fall in potential. Therefore, if that is the case, that fall in potential is taken as positive. Okay, so rise in potential is taken as a negative. See, this is the direction of current. This is EMF. This is a part of electrical circuit. This is the direction of traverse. Okay. So here current is flowing like this. This is a part of electrical circuit. Okay. So current is flowing like this. Say this point is A, this point is B, this point is A, this point is B. Current in this particular case is flowing from B to A. Now, since there is rise in potential, say you are moving from negative electrode to positive electrode, this is the direction of traverse. You are going like this. Okay, in that particular circuit loop is a part of the electrical circuit. You are moving like this. Here it is a rise in potential, so therefore it is taken as a positive. Here you are moving like this. So what is IR product? Current is flowing from here to here, that is higher potential to lower potential. You are moving from lower potential to higher potential. Okay, so then you have to take IR product as a negative. So reverse also can be used. Okay, so if you take the converse, reverse, that also can be taken, no problem, but we choose this one. This is sign convention. Okay, in simple I say if you find the positive electrode first, so then EMF is taken positive. Say this is a resistor. In simple I'll explain this. If say this is the direction of current, this is EMF, here current is I, this is R now. Say first you are finding the positive electrode, so then take the EMF as a positive. So you are moving like this. If the direction of current is along the direction of traverse, then take IR product, that is a potential drop across the resistor, as a positive. Okay. So if this is the direction of traverse, so then say here current is flowing from A to B in this particular direction. You are moving like this in the opposite direction. So here the IR product is negative because current is flowing in a direction opposite to the direction of traverse. Okay. So EMF, so you are finding the negative electrode first, therefore EMF is negative. Okay, so we use one example. Okay, we consider a loop. Consider a part of electric circuit. Consider a loop, it's a part of electric circuit. We have a cell, we have a resistor, cell of EMF E1, resistor is R1. So current is flowing like this, is the direction of current, is a part of electric circuit, electrical network. So here is another cell, here is a resistor, so here another resistor is R2, this is R3, this is another cell of EMF E2, this is the direction of current here in this particular branch. Okay, here current is flowing like this. Okay, so this is a loop, we have three branches. In the first branch means it's a part of electrical circuit where same current flows through each component. Here current flowing through E1, current flowing through R1 is the same, I1 only. This is another branch where current flowing through E2 and R2 is I2. So current flowing through R3 in this particular branch is I3. Okay, so choose the direction of traverse, in clockwise or anti-clockwise. So I will choose the direction of traverse. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು, ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ವೈಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯಾ ಆಂಟಿ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ವೈಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯಾ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಎ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, so from starting that particular point we are calculating what is the change in potential, that is a summation of or algebraic sum of EMF and the potential drop across the resistor. You have to calculate over the entire loop and you have to reach the same point, means initial point. You are reaching the same point, means initial point. So what is the change in potential? What is the sum of EMFs and IR products over the entire loop? You have to calculate. So you have to choose the direction of traverse, in which direction you are moving, whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay, any one direction you have to choose. Say I am choosing here clockwise direction. Okay, like this. I have to calculate EMF and the IR product over the entire loop. Okay, because Kirchhoff's loop rule says that the algebraic sum of change in potential around a closed loop containing resistors and cells in an electrical network is 0. You have to find out the change in potential, that is due to the EMF and the potential drop across the resistor. You have to calculate the change in potential over a closed loop and equate it to 0 because you are reaching the same initial point. Okay, so starting from here I am moving like this in clockwise direction. So while moving from this point, see in this particular direction, clockwise direction, see if I consider this branch first or second branch, here I am getting the positive electrode first, then negative electrode, right? So we come across the positive electrode, I find the positive electrode first, therefore the EMF is positive. Okay, so therefore plus E2. Okay, I'll go ahead. This is A, this is B, this is C. So consider the loop A, B, C, A. A, B, C, A. The direction of traverse is clockwise. Okay, while moving, we get a positive electrode of this cell. So EMF is taken as positive. Okay, right. So this is direction of traverse now. So current flowing through this particular resistor is in this particular direction, right? That is along the direction of traverse. Okay, ನೀವು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಒಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. Therefore, what about the IR product? I2, current flowing through R2 is I2, current flowing through the cell is also I2, right? Here EMF only E2, no internal resistance given here. Okay, so what is the current flowing through R2? That is I2, because it is same branch, right? The direction of traverse is like this. You are moving along the direction of current. Therefore, what is the potential drop across R2? That is I2 into R2. What about the sign? It is positive because the current is along the direction of traverse. So therefore, the current should be taken as positive, or current multiplied by resistance is positive. Therefore, plus I2 R2. Okay, we reach the point B. Then we have to come to C. We are moving like this. Okay, and like this. Okay, right. So from B to C, if I see, there is only one component R3, the resistor R3. What about the potential drop across R3? So that is plus I3 R3, because current in this particular branch is along the direction of traverse. You hope there on the directional current. Therefore, potential drop across R3 is positive, plus I3 R3. I reached the point C here. Now I have to move from C to A. So current flowing through E1 is I1, current flowing through R2 is R1 is also I1, because it is a single branch, same branch. Current flowing through E1 and R1 is I1 only. So therefore, what is the potential drop across R1? That is I1 into R1, Ohm's law. I1 into R1, current into resistance. What is a potential drop? You are moving like this, but current direction is opposite to the direction of traverse, therefore potential drop is negative. So minus I1 R1. Okay, right. We reached now here. So we get a negative electrode first, then positive electrode. Okay, so what about the EMF? Since we got the negative electrode first, the EMF is negative, minus E1. That should be equated to 0, because algebraic sum of changing potential around a closed loop containing resistors and cells in an electrical network is 0. You have to equate it to 0. It is the summation of all E and IR products is 0. Okay, right. So this is about loop rule or Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, so this equation can be written as E2 plus I2 R2 plus I3 R3 is equal to E1 plus I1 R1. You can also choose the opposite direction. I have chosen the clockwise direction as the direction of traverse. You can also choose the anti-clockwise direction. ಹೀಗೆ ಸಹ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. Okay, but ಇದರ ಸೈನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ opposite ಆಗ್ತದೆ. This will be negative, this will be negative, this will be negative, this will be plus, this will be plus. But anyway, you are equating it to 0. You are getting the same final expression. E1 plus I1 R1 is equal to E2 plus I2 R2 plus I3 R3. Okay, right. So Kirchhoff's loop rule signifies law of conservation of energy. So Kirchhoff's loop rule signifies the law of conservation of energy. See, first law, the junction rule signifies the law of conservation of charge. Here the second law signifies the law of conservation of energy, because as the charge moves in a loop and returns to the same point, the sum of raises of potential energy associated with the EMFs is equal to the sum of fall in potential energy of the charge associated with the resistors. Okay, right? The sum of raises of potential energy associated with the EMF is equal to the sum of drops of electric potential energy associated with the resistor. Okay, you are starting from this point, you are reaching the same initial point, same point. Okay, so as the charge moves in a loop, as it moves from A to B, C, and then returns to the initial point, that is A, as the charge moves, the sum of raises in potential associated with the EMFs is equal to the sum of drops in potential energy associated with the resistors. Okay, right. So sum of raises in potential energy of the charges associated with EMF is equal to the sum of fall in potential energy associated with the resistors. So the Kirchhoff's loop rule signifies the law of conservation of energy. So next we discuss the steps which are used to solve the electric circuits using Kirchhoff's laws. So what are the different steps which are used to solve electric circuits using So what are the steps involved to solve electric circuits using Kirchhoff's laws? Steps to solve electric circuits by Kirchhoff's laws. Okay, so first say you are given with a circuit. Assume the unknown currents. In a circuit, assume the unknown currents. Indicate the direction of a current by arrow. Okay, so assume the unknown currents in the electrical circuits. There may be various branches, right? So assume the unknown various loops also, various branches, various loops. Assume the unknown currents first. Indicate the direction of currents by arrow. If the direction of current, actual direction of current is opposite to the direction of current that we assumed, okay, because the direction is indicated by the arrow, okay, we choose the direction of a current. If the actual current flow in that particular branch is opposite to what assigned direction of current, So that is reflected, or that reflects in the final result. Okay, that is reflected in the final result. Final result means final the value of current comes out to be negative. Okay, right? If the actual direction of current is opposite to the direction of assigned direction, chosen direction, so then the final current comes out to be negative. Otherwise, if the assigned direction of current is true, okay, actual current flow, if it is along the direction of assigned current direction, then final answer will be positive. So first we have to assume the unknown currents, indicate the direction of current by arrow. Okay, so then reduce the number of unknown currents, reduce the number of unknown currents using Kirchhoff's junction rule. Okay, reduce the number of unknown currents using Kirchhoff's junction rule. Okay, so choose the various nodes in that particular circuit and reduce the number of unknowns to minimum possible. Okay, using Kirchhoff's junction rule, and choose various loops, and considering the loop, so calculate, consider the loop and calculate the sum of EMFs and potential drop. Okay, calculate the sum of EMFs and potential differences and equate it to 0. Okay, so consider a loop, and for a loop calculate the sum of EMFs and potential difference. There is algebraic sum of change in potential around that particular loop. That is nothing but sum of EMFs and potential difference, potential drop across the resistor, and equate it to 0. Algebraic sum of EMFs and potential difference should be it should be equated to 0. Okay, so write the equations. So here by considering a single loop, you are calculating sum of EMF and potential difference and equate it to 0, means you are writing an equation. So write the equations for as many loops in that particular circuit as the number of unknown currents. Okay, so write the equations. So you have to choose the number of loops in that particular circuit in such a way that the number of equations written is equal to the number of unknown currents. Okay, you have to write the equations for as many loops as the number of unknown currents, and the final step is solve the equations. Solve the equations to find out the various unknown currents. Okay, so these are the steps involved in solving electrical circuits by Kirchhoff's laws. You have to first assume the unknown currents, indicate the direction of a current by arrow. Okay, if the direction of actual direction of current in that particular branch is opposite to the direction indicated, then that is reflected in the final result. That final result comes out to be negative. The value of current in the final expression will be negative. Reduce the number of unknown currents using Kirchhoff's junction rule. Choose your loop and choose the direction of traverse, clockwise or anti-clockwise, and then calculate the sum of EMFs and potential difference. Okay, that is nothing but you are calculating the change in potential around a closed loop. Okay, choosing the direction of traverse and equate it to 0. Write the equations, write such equations for as many loops as the number of unknowns, and solve the equations to find out the unknown currents in the circuit. Okay, so these are the steps involved in solving the circuits using Kirchhoff's laws.